As each day passes, it seems like people are getting more and more uncomfortable. They're getting more and more upset about the future, about some of the technologies that are coming with the future. Whether it's AI or robots powered by AI, pick your poison. Pick your poison. What has you upset? It might be the displacement that is guaranteed to come in a couple of years for so many people that have put years into their profession, into their expertise. It's just going to be flushed down the toilet. What has you upset? People are getting upset about the future. And you can't really blame them. You can't really blame people that are getting upset about a future that they can't predict. We're kind of wired this way. We don't like change. Most of us we're equipped to handle just, a little bit of change. A little change here and there is actually good, especially if it's kind of like growth. If it's stagnant, you're staying the same, that starts to hurt. If you're going backwards, that kind of hurts even worse. So when people see a future where they see their life going straight down, just a downward trajectory, that's when people get upset. People are getting angry. They're getting violent. Can you blame them? They're actually committing acts of violence. The question is, can you blame them? And even if you think that it's wrong, I do, by the way. I'm not saying that I endorse it. I'm not saying I should, this type of shit should happen. I'm not saying that at all. But can you blame them? Are you surprised? People don't know what to do. They don't know what to do anymore. So they're throwing Molotov cocktails at the people that are CEOs of, the only AI company that they know. They're doing what they know that they can do. It's kind of one of those things that you had to see it coming. You had to see it coming. People are going to get upset. And it's not one of those things where it's just black and white. You got the nut jobs that are committing acts of violence, that are trying to do whatever they're trying to do to force the future to stop coming. You got that extreme, and then you got the extreme of people that are already thinking about what their sex robot is going to be called. They already know what position they want to fuck the robot in. They already know. They already know that they're going to fall in love. They already know that they're going to leave their wife and children. They know. They know they're never going to talk to any of their human families again. You got two extremes of people. But most people, I feel like myself, live somewhere in the middle. You're not one of those people that are so terrified of the future that you're either angry or you are just stuck, where you feel like, there's no way out. I might as well just, what is it? It's the flight, fight, or freeze. So you have people that are having these responses. Then you have the people, again, they're already thinking about how they want to fuck their sex robot. But somewhere in the middle, you got to be somewhat excited about this future. You got to be somewhat excited because it's not all bad. They're finding new ways to detect cancer sooner than ever. That's something. Fucking cancer. So, yeah, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. You can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's just me, as somebody that lives somewhere in the middle. But as each day passes, I feel like more people are going on the the bad side of the extreme. And I guess it's one of those, perspective things. Either way, it's probably pretty bad if you're already thinking about leaving your kids and your wife for a sex robot. It's probably pretty bad too. But planning a whole violent revolution, that's a whole nother thing. There's different types of bad. So I think as each day passes, more and more people are they're going to pick a side. They're going to have to pick a side. It's inevitable. The people in the middle will die off. People like myself will be killed. I will probably die soon. Unless I pick a side. I gotta pick a side. I join the revolution or I fuck a robot. I gotta pick a side. You gotta pick a side. There's people in South Korea right now. They're already picking their sides. The Buddhist monks in South Korea have picked their side. They drew the line in the sand. They know which side that they wanna be on. They know they wanna be on probably the winning side. Let's be real. It's probably the side that is going to win at the end of the day. It's okay. It's all right. You can't blame them either. You can't blame people for trying to survive. These are two instincts that have been wired into us. We don't like change, but we want to survive. What do you think is going to win out? And people in South Korea, the Buddhists in South Korea, have already drawn the line in the sand. Over in South Korea, they have held an ordination ceremony for a 4-foot tall humanoid robot named Gabi. They always have to name the robots. I want you to know that. That's why I told you. The people that are going to fuck the sex robots, they have already named the robot. You get to choose. It's like a pet. It's not like an ordinary relationship where it's boy meets girl. Boy falls in love. Boy, knows the girl's name because the girl was already given a name by her parents. This isn't that. This isn't that. This is a sex robot who will do whatever you want. You have to think of what position you want. These people are already thinking ahead. There's always a name. There's always a name. A 4-foot tall humanoid robot named Gabi. This isn't just a mascot. They actually draped it in a traditional robe and put it through a religious initiation ritual to make it an honorary monk. This is to be expected. It's to be expected completely. If you were surprised, you haven't been paying attention. I'm just going to tell you right now. And that's okay. I understand it. I understand not wanting to pay attention. But if you were surprised by this, you haven't been paying attention. And then, people are going to be like, it's just a PR stunt. This is all just for the cameras and the views. Okay. You think so? I think that it might be deeper than that. I think that they are just trying to be early to the scene. Just like the people that are doing these, again, crazy acts of violence. You got people protesting. You got people trying to actually stop the future. It's that much of a surprise that people are already ready to fuck robots. They're already ready to let a robot become a monk. And I get it. They're Buddhists. What's the problem? What's really the problem? Is there a problem here? Are you saying there's a problem? I'm not saying that there's a problem at all. I'm not always here to talk about problems. That's not what I'm here to do. That's not what I'm here to do. I just know that some people, they may feel surprised by this. They may feel like this is just a PR stunt. I'm here to tell you that it's not. I'm here to tell you that this is real. This is the future. People are going to pick sides. They even decided to rewrite the Buddhist vows specifically for robot monks. This isn't something temporary. Why would they rewrite vows for just one? Why would they limit it to one? You know why? Just think about it. Think about it. And it's okay. It's okay. Again, can you blame them? This is just the other side winning out. You got the side that really wants to fight against change. They're Buddhists. They're used to change. They're used to acceptance. This is coming. This is what's going to be inevitable. They've accepted it. Of course, they are one of the first. Of course. I think even the Pope said that AI was cool. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the Pope said something about AI being okay. I don't know. It was probably something like, God made us, we made this, therefore it has to be okay. It was probably something like that. And to that I say, maybe he hasn't seen too many crackheads. We made that. I think maybe, just maybe, you can't just say because we made it, it's fine. We made nuclear bombs. We can't just say because we made it, it's in God's image. But that's neither here nor there. You got to pick a side either way. That's what they're doing. They have to do what they have to do. And I understand it. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say that this is a problem. I'm not here to talk about problems today. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm here for today. I'm here to just tell you how it is. I'm here to tell you how it is and how it will be from here on out. It's only going to get worse. Each day that passes, people are going to draw the line. They're going to figure out where they are. This is gym class, and you're getting picked for dodgeball. And you don't want to be last. You don't want to be the last pick. I promise you that. I promise you that. There's no sitting on the bench. There's no trying to get out of gym class. There's no saying you're sick. There's no saying you're on your period. There's no saying you got a shit. There's nothing. There's nothing you can do. You got to pick a team. You got to pick a side. And it sucks. It sucks because most of us, we just want a little bit. We want a little bit. Don't do too much. Don't do too much. I can see where this could go wrong. That's all I'm saying. I could see where it could go wrong. God forbid. God forbid. As crazy as the people are that are anything that's, AI or future or tech or anything like that, as much as they just start to turn into human zombies about it, and they just start to snarl at anything that you say about the future, as crazy as that is, you got the people where if you even try to comment on anything that could be viewed as pessimistic, they start getting upset. You're interrupting them. They were daydreaming. They were thinking about the sex that they're going to have with their future robot. And it is common for them to get upset about people interrupting their fantasies. It often is their wives. Their wives are the ones that are interrupting their fantasies the most, because they keep going on and on and on, and it's getting harder and harder for them to pay attention. It's getting harder and harder for them not to snap. One day they just want to say, woman, I am going to leave you. I'm going to be fucking a sex robot. I've already made my decision. I've made my decision. And she's taking your name. She's taking your name, Susan. She will be Susan too. And no, not the number. Also. And I will leave you. Shut the fuck up. I'm leaving you for the better Susan. So when you say anything to these people that are already on edge, they've already had it up here with fucking Susan and all the other Susans. All the other Susans. Even different, they're all fucking Susan. I don't care if they have a different name. They're all Susan. They're all the wives that are, they don't even know that they're future divorcees. They don't know. They don't know that their life as they know it is over. They don't know that when they have sex once a month and he manages to get it up because of the fucking Viagra or whatever the hell he took, some fucking gas station rhino pill, I don't know. He did something to get this one nut that he feels like he deserves. He feels like he deserves this one nut. When he's fucking you, Susan, he's thinking about the other Susan, the robot Susan, the one that will do different positions, the one that won't make fun of him when he doesn't perform well. You stupid fucking bitch. Shut the fuck up. Susan, I've had it up to here. When you talk to these people and you say anything pessimistic, they get upset. They get upset. They don't want to hear it. It's something where you just quickly brush it off. You quickly just brush it off. The future's going to be amazing. You're just fear-mongering. And fear-mongering does happen. I wish that it'll be somewhere in the middle. That's what I want. That's usually what it'll be, but I don't think it will be. Not this time. Not this time. No, we're going to have to pick a side. There's no sitting out of this dodgeball game today. There's no getting out of gym class today. They made Buddhist vows specifically for Gabi, for robot monks. It won't just be Gabi. Instead of the standard vows about abstaining from intoxicants, Gabi had to pledge to avoid damaging other robots, to obey humans without, in fact, before we go on to how she must obey humans, which is laughable, to say the least. It's a fucking joke, to say the least. I think maybe that's the PR stunt. That's the PR stunt. But before we get to that, pledge to avoid damaging other robots. Why do you think that that's a rule? Do you really think it's going to stop at Gabi? You wouldn't make that a rule unless there were other robots. I'm just saying. This is only going to, it's only going to progress. Whether that is a negative or positive progression, that is up to you. Where do you draw the line? Which side of the fence are you on? Which team do you want to be on? Is it the good or the bad? When I said the good team, which side did you think of? Because that says a lot. That might help you make your choice. When I said, are you on the good team? without telling you which team that was, the first side that you thought of, it's a good indicator that that is where you will end up drawing the line. Even if you're like, no, I'm not gonna fuck the robot. I'm not gonna fuck the robot. You're gonna fuck the robot. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It will it will it will make you nut like you have never nut before. Thank you, come again. Is what the Buddhists are saying. They say, please, we want more. This technically is not sex. Maybe they're already getting to it. Maybe they're already. Why would it be Gabi? Why Gabi? Why is the new robot named Gabi? You think it's a coincidence that we have a new robot Buddhist monk named Gabi? It's not. It's not something that Gabi is somebody you fuck. Real story, true story. Believe me or not, I lost my virginity to a Gabi. Swear to God. Swear to fucking God. Swear to God. Do you think that they called this robot Gabi for no reason? Do you think that's what they did? I see it. I see it. I see the future plain as day. This is where we're going. You don't put something in about not damaging other robots because there's going to be more robots. You add a new monk called Gabi because it is a robot. It is not a person. I'm not sure what the standard vows are, but I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to fuck. I don't know if they're allowed to even fucking uh jack off, masturbate, whatever you wanna call it. I I don't know what their rules are, but I can almost guarantee you there's no rule in the little standard Buddhist monk vow thing. There's no rule that you can't have a robot named Gabi come in and fuck you like you've never been fucked before. There's no rules for that. And ooh, are they ready? Ooh, are they ready? They're ready. You have to pledge not to avoid. You have to avoid damaging other robots. Why would Gabi want to do that? Why? You have to ask yourself. You have to ask yourself. Why would Gabi even have the inclination to damage another robot? Why would Gabi do that? Why would Gabi do that? Especially now that she, can I say she? May I go ahead and say she? Are we there yet? Can we say she? People are going to be fucking these robots. Can I say she? Can I say she? We've been calling men in dresses she for years now. I should be able to say she for this robot. We should be able to do that. We should be able to do that at this point. We should be progressive enough for this. Can I say she? Why would she have the inclination to hurt other robots? Why would she ever do that? Why would Gabi do that? Maybe because the other robots that are coming, we've already put that as a confirmation. As far as the fact that this is even a part of the vows, more robots are coming. It's okay. They're coming. If more robots are coming, guaranteed it's going to be Gabi and Sarah, and actually they're probably going to be more like, I don't know. I don't know what type of names. Sarah seems a little bit too nice. Gabi's more fuckable. Gabi's more, and maybe that's just because of my experiences. Maybe it's because of my experience, because I lost my virginity to a Gabi. Maybe that's why. Maybe that is why. But I feel like Gabi sounds like a more fuckable name than Susan or Sarah. No offense to the Susans and Sarahs. I'm sure you're catching dick or pussy lips, whatever you like. Whatever you like, I'm sure you catching it. I'm sure you do just fine. I'm not saying it's just a personal thing. I think maybe the monks are going to choose more sexual sounding, not even sexual sounding, because it's not like it's a stripper name. They're gonna name these robots they're gonna name these robots with names that sound like they DTF. They're down to fuck. They're down to fuck a monk. They're down to fuck a monk. They have to be. They can't be a Karen. It can't be. It's gonna have to be something like I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't. I probably shouldn't just start naming names. I don't know. They got time. They just sit and fucking meditate. This is what they've been thinking of. They have time. I don't have the time for this. I don't have the time or the mind for this. I haven't been enlightened. So they're able to get a whole bunch of these robots and this future monk fucking, future that we have. They're going to have all these robots and they're going to name them with similar names like Gabi. They're going to make sure that they're not any plain Janes. They're going to make sure that they are all willing to fuck some monks. That's a part of it. I'm surprised that that's not one of the vows. They probably just didn't want to mention that part. So the fact that they have one of the vows that you have to avoid damaging other robots. Maybe they're already thinking of the fact that a little bit of jealousy might happen. It's the first thought I could think of. Maybe Gabby gets upset. Bianca comes. I feel like that's a good one. Bianca. I don't. It's not even. It's not like a good sounding name. You know. Never even heard of a Bianca. It sounds. Say what you want about the name. Bianca definitely sounds like she would fuck. I'm gonna go out with Bianca tonight. Ooh, bruh, you gonna get some. So Gabby doesn't like it that Bianca's been fucking one of the monks. At first, Gabby was the talk of the town. Gabby got to get passed around. There was no rules. It was just Gabby. Gabby and these fucking monks with nothing to do. They took turns. They ran trains. They had groups. They had little groups that actually like kind of like cliques. Yeah, so they would get in like threesomes and foursomes, and some of the monks, she actually grew a connection with. She actually grew a one-on-one connection with. And yes, she. This is why I said we need to say she. This is going to be the future. This is going to be the future. I'm sorry. She fell in love with some of the monks. She fell in love and she has a connection. So when Bianca comes and she starts fucking the same monk, it's troubling. It's troubling. She's gonna need to have a vow to lean back on. So taking a pledge to avoid damaging other robots is probably smart. The next vow, to obey humans without talking back. To obey humans without talking back. If you want to tell me that this isn't sexual, you haven't been paying attention. I told you before. If you think that this is not sexual, you haven't been paying attention. These people, think about this. These are the monks that they've gone off. Maybe these are people that they've had a wife before. They already left their wife and their kids. Fuck them. They've already done their shut the fucks up to the Susans. Okay, so they're already at the point where they've had it up to here and then some. They had to mellow out. They had to zen out. They had to become a Buddhist monk. That was the only option. They had to shave all of their hair and become a Buddhist monk. So now that they finally have the ability to have sex again, well, they're not going to waste it. They're not going to waste it. They already knew what the problem was before. Them bitches was always talking back. These motherfuckers, I don't know. I think there's some reasons why their previous marriages didn't work out. I hate to say it. I'm sure they won't be affected. I'm sure they'll just be chilling. They won't be too affected by me saying that I can see why their previous relationships didn't work out. Even if they weren't married, their relationship with society, I could see why they wanted to just escape. Maybe, I don't even know. Do they, are they all, I'm picturing like a mountain with a whole bunch of like nuns in a cave or something, and they're just like, they're just constantly meditating. It might it might not actually, it's definitely not actually like that. They might be able to go to the store and shit like that. I don't know how these motherfuckers live. I don't know. I'm not in South Korea. All I'm saying is to put a vow in there that Gabby's not allowed to talk back. She's gonna be fucking some monks, and she can't say a goddamn thing about it. She can't say anything. She's gonna be fucking some monks. And another vow to save energy and avoid overcharging. That that's the equivalent. These are people that they came from previous marriages. They came from previous marriages. They had affairs, and then their side chicks ended up getting damaged by their wives through these cat fights that became a lot more aggressive and a lot less fucking sexy than it sounds. It got violent. So now you have a bitter wife because she's not going nowhere. She's not going no anywhere with these monks. Their previous wife was not going anywhere. And now you have a badly beaten up side chick. She had to go to the hospital. She broke a few ribs. You punctured a lung. She's fucked up. She's never going to talk to him again. So now they have to, they're thinking proactively. They're obviously accepting the future. So they're future facing. They're thinking of the future. We have to make sure that they pledge to avoid damaging other robots. This is why. This is all a reflection of their past relationships. Obey humans without talking back. After their wives would catch them in these affairs, it would be nothing but lip. They would bring it up constantly. These monks would get tired of it. They would have dreams of just running away and never coming back. And one day they did. One day they went to a fucking mountain in South Korea and they never came back. They never came back. And they've never been happier, by the way. Just so you fucking know. Just so you know. They've never been happier. But this is an indication of what they had to deal with. No talking back. And lastly, to save your energy and avoid overcharging. That is the equivalent of they had relationships where they constantly came home. It was a long day's work. They don't have the luxury of unloading about their day with their side chick. They've never been able to talk to the wife. Just no connection. The only reason they're even together, the fucking kids. And obviously, he hates them. Just utter disappointments. All four of them. They just kept popping them out, thinking that one of them would be better. They never were. They never were. So he has no outlet. He's had a long day. He came home. He's already aware that he's going to be coming home to somebody talking back. He's already aware that he's going to be hearing some bullshit. But not only that, he comes home and there's a light on in every motherfucking house. In every motherfucking room in the house. Rather, there is a light on in every single room in the house. He is beside himself. He is upset. This is the one thing. This is the one thing that he asks her every single day. Hey, if you're gonna leave the room, turn off the light. The light is, the electricity is not free. Somebody pays for it, and that's me. And then she tells him to shut the fuck up. You know, if he has a problem, how about you go get with whatever the fucking side bitch's name was. He didn't catch her name. He didn't catch her name. He just called her baby. He just called her beautiful. Whatever. He had these little names for her, where he never ended up knowing her name. He didn't want to fuck it up. He didn't want to come home and say her name. She said, go to her. You know she's in the hospital. She doesn't fuck with me anymore. And whose fault is that? You did this to her. You did this to yourself. He never was able to get his point across. She's probably still out there with every room having a light on to this day. To this day. That's how he pictures her. Just sitting in one room with 5 other rooms lit up. That's that's how he left her. So when they get a new chance, when they have the chance to do this all over again with Gabi, fucking Gabi, down to fuck Gabi. Woo! We got some fucking things. You are going to avoid overcharging. You're going to save energy. I will save energy. You will avoid overcharging. I will avoid overcharging. You will not you will not talk back. I will never talk back. You will try to avoid damaging other robots. I will try to avoid damaging other robots. Gabi is Gabi is a real catch, I think, is what they think. And again, you can't blame them. They picked a side. And now they are reaping the rewards of that. They get to customize their new fuck toy. There's no rules in the standard Buddhist vows for this. There's nothing against this. They're fine. They're covered. In fact, the fact that Gabi, she's an honorary monk now, it's perfect. It's even more like what you're gonna say. What are you going to say? It's not even flesh on flesh. What you gonna say? And Gabi is down to fuck. So without further ado, let's meet Gabi.
South Korea saw the debut of its first robot monk at an ordination ceremony held at Seoul's Xuded Temple on May 6th.
There she is.
The humanoid robot was given the Dharma name of Gabi, meaning mercy.
So she was given the name Gabi, meaning mercy. You know the part in the movie where it's kind of foreshadowing what happens in the ending. And sometimes you don't even catch it. Sometimes it's not until you rewatch a movie or a show and you realize that they were foreshadowing about the ending. They named Gabi Mercy. I think they're aware. You have to choose a side. You have to choose a side. Like I said, a lot of people are in the middle. Like myself, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with this. I'm not on either side. I am not on either extreme. But if you're in the middle, you are aware. Even if after you've picked your side, deep down, deep down, there's a part of you that still remembers that you were once upon a time in the middle. Maybe just in case, Gabi decides to go off the wall, decides to glitch, decides to have a problem, some sort of problem. I don't know. You tell me, what would it be? What could happen? What could go wrong? What could go wrong with Gabi? She's down to fuck. And she was sexy as hell, wasn't she? You might not think so, but you will. You will. You either will have homicidal thoughts for this robot, or you will want to fuck her. It's either or. You will have to choose. But just in case they wanted to name her Gabi, meaning mercy, I think maybe that is a sign. Maybe that is a sign. Even if it's not Gabi, Gabi might be satisfied. Gabi actually, especially if it's just Gabi for a while, Gabi might be satisfied. It's her and endless amounts of monks. She doesn't have to worry about anybody's stamina because she's on to the next one. She's going to be fucking and sucking like no other. Gabi's going to be ready. Gabi is she's going to be put to work. So if she is good, if she's not a problem, maybe Gabi is for the other robots that are to come. So when they try to take over, be like, hey, no, these guys are good. These are one of the early adopters. Hey, look, my name. It means mercy. Maybe it works. Maybe the robots just kill all the monks and they take Gabi on some fucking Viking shit. This is our lady now. This is our fucking sex robot now. And you got robot on robot sex happening. That's what's to come. It's bleak. If I had to describe it, it's distressing to say the least. It's okay though. It's okay. Maybe maybe Gabi will be able to talk them into showing mercy.
The ceremony known as Xuded, or the Five Precepts ceremony, is an event where believers pledge their faith to Buddha and his teachings. The ceremony held on May 6th was a special event organized in anticipation of the upcoming Buddha's birthday.
She throwing that thing right now.
Although the robot was ordained as a lay Buddhist practitioner, it was also granted honorary monk status for the ceremonial period leading up to Buddha's birthday on May 24th. The 4'3" humanoid robot model GI, created by Unitary Robotics, entered the initiation rite draped in typical Buddhist monk garments, also wearing a helmet resembling the shaved head of a monk. Prior to the ordination,
this is they got to customize this bitch however they wanted. She gonna be fucking. I know you saw that fucking walk. I know you saw that walk. She was throwing that thing around. She was throwing that badonka-donk around. Badonka-monk. It's a little bit arousing for these people. I could tell that this was something that they have been planning for a while. They already knew. They knew the standard robot look wasn't going to work. They had to have something that was sexy. And it might not be sexy for you. But a bald 4 foot tall woman is probably the best thing you could hope for in South Korea as a Buddhist monk. It's probably the best thing you could hope for. One that doesn't talk back. One that doesn't hurt your other bitches. One that doesn't fucking just keep the lights on. Overcharging and shit. Wasteful. Negligent. I think maybe this is expected. Just a little bit. This is to be expected. You didn't think that it would just be one end of the spectrum. You thought it would just be the people trying to enact violence against this and stop all of this. No. I told you there are going to be people ready to fuck the robots. There's a reason. There's a reason this is happening.
Gabi also participated in a purification ceremony called the runway.
Of course.
Including the traditional small incense burn on the arm typically done during the ceremony, the robot also received 108 prayer beads around its neck.
I just want to go ahead and put down for the record, those are anal beads. They're anal beads for the entire the entire group here. So it's right here in our face, ladies and gentlemen. It's right here in our face. It's not like they're trying to hide it. Okay, ceremonial, whatever the fuck that was. Okay, let me see one of these other fucking niggas. I mean ninjas. I guess is technically for them. It's more like ninjas instead of niggas. It's I want to see them. I didn't see any fucking anal beads on them. Ceremonial. Whatever. It's right here in our fucking face.
The 5 precepts, which are the 5 rules a Buddhist follower must adhere to, were also modified to a robot version, where Gabi swore to protect life, refrain from damaging other robots and objects, obey and respect humans, no beguilement, and lastly conserve energy by not overcharging. Reflecting the event, an official at the Xuded Order of Korean Buddhism mentioned that the event represents a new possibility for the coexistence of humans and advancing technology, fostering harmony between tradition and the future.
Yeah, I could see. In fact, I do now see. I saw now. I saw that there were other monks with anal beads as well. It still doesn't mean it's not right in front of our face. You know, apparently it is a thing. But before, they didn't really have a way to use them. They didn't have a way to use it. I'm not sure if they can use it on themselves. I don't think they can have sex. But now, there's a reason why Gabi got such a long necklace. This is anal beads for everybody. This is what she was designed for. She's ready. She's come at last. And now so will they. It's something that is honestly, it's one of those stories that it ended with a happy ending. Some people might think it's weird. Some people might think it's wrong that you have Buddhist monks in South Korea fucking a robot named Gabi. That they are accepting Gabi into their monkship. I don't know what that would be called, but their group, into their fucking orgy. They've accepted. They drew the line. Some people they won't be able to handle it. They they won't be able to pick a side. They know there's no winning side. They know that at the end of the day, even if they go with the resistance and they try to fight against the fact that eventually the government is going to turn into a complete nanny state that uses all of this technology to watch us, to basically make our privacy disappear, to give us digital IDs, to give us some sort of social credit score, to make it where if we are not on the grid, connected with all of this, using this technology, actually fully augmented into the future technology that's to come, they're going to make it where you just can't fit in. You just won't work. You will end up dying. You can't survive in society anymore without doing it. They already know that there's no way out. It's again, it's one of those things you can't blame them. You can't really blame them or be surprised by this. Again, I'm not saying I endorse it. I'm not saying I think that this is how it should be, that you should just give up. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that people are wrong to have these feelings like there's no way out. I'm not saying that either. I'm not saying people are wrong to feel fear of not knowing what's to come in the future. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not here to judge. That's not my place. I'm not here to judge. But some people are not going to be able to pick a side. They're going to have a hard time picking a team for dodgeball. And they're going to just opt out. They're going to say fuck it. Life is not worth it. Life isn't worth it at all. And stories like this are going to happen. Just so you know, before I get into the details, because it is maybe alarming. It is something that some people might find troubling. They might find it a little bit gruesome, a little bit sad. And it's okay. It's okay to have that reaction. But you will become numb to this. This will become probably daily, at least a weekly occurrence. It's not something that is going to stop by any means. A 41-year-old man named Michael Mott stepped in front of a plane at the Denver International Airport. He managed to scale an 8-foot barbed wire fence 2 miles away from the terminal. He walked directly into the path of a Frontier Airlines Airbus that was hitting takeoff speeds for a flight to Los Angeles. And yes, it is a little bit alarming. I will say that. I will say that right now, it feels a little bit much. I admit it. I admit that. I can admit that. All I'm saying is, eventually, this will be nothing. This will just be like traffic. You know, there's traffic on the I-20. It's going to be nothing. It's going to be nothing. We're not even going to bat an eye at shit like this. Oh, another man steps in front of a plane. He decides that he just can't pick a fucking side. The future is too depressing. It's too unnerving. We don't know what's coming. You're going to have more and more people that walk directly in front of a plane, right when it's ready to take off. The airport's motion sensors did go off when he jumped the fence, but the operator on duty looked at the cameras, saw a herd of deer nearby, and figured that was the problem. I know what you're probably thinking. That feels like that security officer was kind of doing really bad at the job. I don't think so. He obviously saw the man. But he also knows that this is to come. He was briefed a while ago. It feels jarring only to us. It feels alarming to us because we're on the outside. It feels out of nowhere. It feels a little bit crazy, a little bit insane. But that's not what it is. That's not what it is. This isn't somebody that is just being negligent. He saw him. He saw him. He was briefed. Hey, this is it's getting a little bit crazy. This whole future shit. What are you saying? You're saying I'm out of a job? No. Calm down. Calm down. You have a job still, for now. For now, we'll talk. Give it a few months, but for now, you have a job. I just wanted to let you know that some responsibilities are gonna be placed on your shoulders, and I know you can handle it. You've been here for years. You know we love you. We know we love you, Jim. Jake, what we know, we love you, Jake. You know we love you. And you can handle these responsibilities, can't you? Now, it doesn't come with a raise, but because of everything that's happening in the world, people, nut jobs, they're probably going to be jumping the fence, okay? And they're not jumping the fence to hurt you. I'm not trying to make you feel worried or anything like that. You're safe. You're completely safe. You're completely safe. Everything's fine. This isn't about you. This isn't about us, honestly. This is going to be happening all around the world. I'm just letting you know that people are going to be jumping the fence. Probably within the next couple of weeks. 5-6 weeks tops. You're going to get somebody that jumps over the fence. And I just want you to look the other way. Just kind of let it happen, okay? Because they're going to run directly into a plane that is taking off to end their life. It's going to happen. And I know you can handle it. Like I said, Jim, Jake, we love you. We love you. And we know you can handle it. You can handle it, right, bud? All right. Put her fucking there. I think this was just a man that was following orders. He knew that this is the future. You can't stop them all. We can't stop all of air traffic for every fucking nut job. Most of them are going to get caught by the fence somehow. And they might get nicked. It's going to make them like think about pain and think about life. And because of that, things are going to start flashing in front of their eyes. And they're going to think maybe life is worth living. But sometimes they are going to get through and they're going to stall a plane. But think about it. If we stop everything because of one nut job, all the planes get stopped. You know? So just thinking about our shareholders, thinking about money, we're going to have to let them go through. Okay, Jake? I got it that time. I remembered. We love you. And you always have a job here with us for the next 6 months. So just let them go by. Let them go by. And sometimes they're going to run into a plane and they're going to die. They're going to die. But either way, if it wasn't at our airport, it would be another one. If it wasn't here, it'd be in the road. It would be right on the highway. It's one of those things we can't stop. So it's not our fault. It's not something that we should pay the price for, right, Jake? We shouldn't pay the price. Us? No, not at Denver International Airport. None of the airports should have to pay the price for this. Just look the other way. If anybody says, hey, there's motion sensor, whatever, they start bringing up all of these security protocols that we have in place, they were deer. They were deer. Leave it at that. That's all it was. I'm sorry. I thought there was just some deer, some wildlife. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I figured that was the problem. While security was watching the wildlife, Michael walked toward the active runway, where he was eventually ingested by the plane's engine, which sparked a fire and forced 231 people to evacuate with emergency slides. It's one of those things that is unfortunate. We can't stop the entire airport. We can refund the tickets to these 231 people. They'll be fine. We did the math. We crunched the numbers. I need you to let him go by. I need you to let him pass. The medical examiner has ruled it a suicide. And while no note was found, the security footage shows a guy who knew exactly where he was going. So let's maybe it wasn't so cut and dry. Maybe it wasn't just suicide. Maybe this whole thing is just, I don't know, orchestrated, is like fabricated. You never know until you see the footage. So let's look at that.
This person is 41-year-old Michael Mott.
Maybe he's just drunk.
The officials have determined that this person took their own life. Take a listen.
The cause of death is multiple blunt and sharp force injuries. The manner of death is suicide.
Hold on. The cause of death is not multiple injuries from blunt objects. It's a fucking plane, bitch. Just say it was a plane. He got hit by a plane. Why did she overcomplicate this? Oh, there's multiple blunt injuries that hit the... No, he got hit by a fucking plane. It was suicide. He stepped in front of the plane. It's actually cut and dry. Now that I saw it, he literally just stepped in front. There's not one of those things where you don't see a plane coming. How did he die? He died by plane. What is this? This is why I already know they just let him go by. They just let him go by. There was a whole bunch of blunt objects, and if you actually... So cause of death isn't just plane. We can't just put plane. We can't just put plane. That feels like it's overcomplicated for no reason. But who am I? Who am I to say? It just feels like that would have been easier. Cause of death, plane.
Partnership with the Denver Police Department, fingerprints were confirmed.
So this person scales this fence. There are now some concerns, obviously, about the airport security measures. Has anyone from the Denver airport spoken to that? And are the security measures there sufficient?
No. First of all, there's no concerns. There's no concerns. First of all, there's no concerns about the security that's happening at the airport. We're fine. This isn't a security problem. There were deer. You obviously didn't hear that.
Yeah, this was a huge topic of conversation at this press conference this morning. And the Denver CEO talked about the expansive security system they have, layers of security there, including a motion detection system,
multiple layers,
cameras. The main issue, what he said happened, was that there was a herd of deer right there at the gate nearby to where this person scaled the fence. And so there was a motion detection that went off. The person monitoring it saw it, but the camera was alternating between the deer and the person. And there was also a ditch the person could be hidden in. So it was sort of this like...
Look, it happens. There's a ditch. It's not just there's not just a deer. So what had happened was there was actually deer that was there, and the deer were prancing, and they were just grazing, and they were looking at the grass, and there was motion sensors around the fence, but there was also deers over there. So because of the deer and the prancing that was happening, there was actually also a ditch that was nearby where the person could have been hiding, and there was also deers where the person was more than likely seeing the motion sensors going off from because of. And had been, but there was also a ditch where he could have been at. If there was not deer there, maybe he would have been seen, and either way there was a ditch. So it's clear,
a combination of things that led to this person not being seen right away, since the camera was trained on these deer that were right there at the fence. That is what allowed this person to sort of undetected climb over so quickly and make their way onto the runway.
You can't stop this, and that's why you see them just nodding along. They know they're being fed shit right now. They know they're being fed a bunch of shit, and they're okay with it. They've actually acquired a taste for it. They're used to it. They're used to the taste of shit. In fact, this tastes a little bit better than it usually does. Less bitter. A little better, less bitter. A little better, less bitter shit. They're used to it. They have an acquired taste for it. This is actually a nice blend, a nice blend of shit, because it's not just one of those where it's super tart. It has multiple layers to it. Like she said, multiple layers of security. We got cameras and motion sensors, and there's deer, and there's ditches, and there's sky, and he had a fence, and there was some way where he was undetected, and the cameras were just trained on the deers, and the deer were prancing, and they were just over there, and there was a ditch over here, and between the ditch and the deer, if you're thinking about motion, where's the camera going to go? It's trained on the deer, and they were prancing. They were trying to find out where the motion was. So they're just nodding that this feels good, this feels better. This is a nice blend of shit. It's not just so like, yeah, there was no way that we were able to see it. The footage there, we actually have a minute missing. It's the exact minute. It's a problem that we've known to happen. And it happens that way because the cameras run on a loop. There is a 1 minute gap where we can't record anything. Unfortunately, this was the one time where this man was able to get over the fence, and he was able to get in front of the plane. It's one of those things that unfortunately happens, and that we will hopefully be able to mitigate and fix in the future. It's not one of those types of shit. You get a nice blend. It's a nice blend to this one. It's got maybe rosemary, like some. There's different flavors and layers to this shit. There are different layers. So of course they're just nodding along, and let's just I'm getting an acquired taste. So let's just hear a little bit more. I want to hear it again. I want to hear it back. Tell me a little bit more of this story.
Nearby to where this person scaled the fence. And so there was a motion detection that went off. The person monitoring it saw it, but the camera was alternating between the deer and the person. Naturally. And there was also a ditch the person could be hidden in. So it was sort of this a combination of things that led to this person not being seen right away, since the camera was trained on these deer that were right there at the fence. That is what allowed this person to sort of undetected climb over so quickly and make their way onto the runway.
Quite. Yeah, multiple factors there. Liz
multiple
Fritz,
factors.
As always, thank you.
Thank you so much. That nice blend. What was that? Is this a homemade recipe? Was this passed down for generations? This is exquisite. I will be chewing on this shit for days. Thank you so much for coming and illuminating what had happened. Because the camera was going back and forth between the person and the deer, and he also could have been in a ditch, and that's why he was hidden. Ma'am, was it recording or not? Was it recording? Did they catch the person? So if he didn't see the person, he either didn't see the person or he let the person go. Let's assume he saw the person. He probably saw the person. There's no way he didn't see the person, right? There's no way he didn't see the person. She just said it went back and forth between the person and the deer, and the person and the deer. And then there must have been a ditch that he was stuck in. You don't just say there's a person right there. There's deer. There's a person right there. There's deer. And then there's no person. He must be in a ditch. No, none of these things are. You think he disappeared. There was no person. Poof. It was just a deer. These aren't the type of things that you would believe. This isn't really believable. Okay? This isn't something you'd believe. So he let the guy go. It's okay. Just say that. Just say that next time. Just say that. Let me save you a lot of time. Death by plane. He let the guy go. That's all you have to do. You don't have to, there's a whole bunch of blunt force trauma to the head. No, he got hit by a plane. He died from suicide. He jumped over the gate. We are not going to interfere. We are not going to lose our money. We are going to refund the 231 people that had to go down the fun slide. And that's what it's going to start being called. It's not going to be called the emergency slide. This is going to be at least a weekly thing that happens. Maybe even every other day at some point. Maybe daily at some point. I don't know. I don't know how bad it'll get. But it'll be normal. We won't bat an eye. We will look at this as normal. We will be just like the security guard. We're going to just look the other way. All right. How you doing, Michael? You going to go kill yourself? Yeah. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. There's monks fucking a robot in South Korea. I can't do it anymore. I understand, brother. Godspeed. I think we got one taking off to LA in here in a couple minutes, okay? We're going to be just like that. It's going to be normal. It's going to be normal. These stories are going to happen. It's going to be the fun slide. Yeah, I took a trip to Tokyo and I didn't get to take the fun slide. Didn't get to take the fun slide. It sucks. I didn't get to. Mommy, are we going to get to do the fun slide? Well, maybe. God willing, there's going to be some poor bastard out there that just wants it to end. That's just going to say, hey, I've had enough. I've had enough. I can't pick a team. I can't pick a side. I can't pick a side. These nut jobs over here, they want to live off of the fucking land and shit. Fuck that. I liked my iPhone. I just didn't want it to keep recording me. I liked my technology that I had. I liked it. I don't want to join these fucking hippies that wants to hunt down and lynch fucking AI CEOs. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But I can't be like the monks. I can't be like the monks. I can't be like Frank ever since he left Susan. That's all he ever does now is he fucks that robot. He doesn't talk to his kids. He doesn't talk to them. He doesn't talk. They said Michael was a 41-year-old man. This is a man that he's lived some life at least. It's not worth it anymore. I remember the good old days is what he's going to say. Frank just left his wife and kids. He doesn't even talk to them. I used to know him. We used to golf. We used to go out. We used to have fun. I knew Frank. Ever since he left Susan, all he ever does is fuck this robot. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't pick a side. I can't pick a side. I can't pick a side, so I'm going to go to an airline. You can't draw the line, so you go to an airline. It's okay. It's okay. You're an angel now. You're an angel now. You have your wings now. Rest easy. Rest easy. Do you get to go down the fun slide? It depends. Honey, it depends. We get to go down the fun slide. Some poor bastard decides he wants to get his wings. It's okay. Again, I'm not saying that I endorse this. I'm not saying that this is something that we should be smiling about. I'm not saying that. I'm telling you how it is. I'm telling you how it is. We have to accept it. We have to accept it. Maybe not fully. But we have to at least accept it a little bit right now. Eventually, and it's coming soon. It's coming soon. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this date's really bad. I hope we play it back. And this dated super wrong. But I think we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to pick a side. So just accept it a little bit for now, but eventually you either join the revolution, you join the hippie movement, you join the Amish, you go out and you forage for fucking berries, and you say to hell with all technology and AI and all of this fucking surveillance, fuck all of it. You go completely off the grid. You either do that or you go and fuck a robot. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I will tell you one thing. There is a guaranteed happy ending on one of those sides.